Hey guys, what's up? My name is Becca, and happy Sunday. I'm actually doing a weekly reading update early because I don't have to go into work for like another hour, so I have some time. Normally it's like really early in the morning I have to go, and I actually started just a little bit later today, which I'm kind of like, I was excited about because I was like, okay, I get to sleep in. No. I woke up early so I could finish the last couple of books for Smutathon because I need to finish that early. I technically still have the rest of the day to read for Smutathon, but tomorrow starts the Christmas at Hogwarts magical readathon. And that'll go for the rest up until like the day after Christmas. So I want to be done with Smutathon before that. I also need to start reading a book for that, so there's that. Also, I have books that need to go back to the library, and of course, the ones that I was reading this week, some of them do have to go back. They're actually late, and I need to take them back today. So that's the reason I'm really doing this, because I have no time to do it later before I go to the library. Because by the time I get out of work, I have to like literally run to the library and take these back. So, oh, and surprise, surprise, I'm sick. This is great. So yeah, I read 5 books for Smutathon, and then I finished one book that had nothing to do with it. And I actually finished the one that had nothing to do with it like really early this morning, because that's why I had to get up in the morning so I could finish Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer, which is the sequel to Renegades, and this is really good. So I really enjoy Renegades. I think I read that earlier this year, and I really enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed Marissa Meyer's writing and her characters and her stories. I've always enjoyed them. But I feel like with Renegades and with this one, I feel like I enjoyed her fairy tale stories more, like Cinder, in the Luna Chronicle series, and Heartless. I enjoyed those a lot more, but I do really enjoy these. I gave Renegades, I think, like 4 stars. In the sequel, I would give 4 stars. I haven't had a whole lot of time to like mull this over, but yeah, for sure it's like a 4-star read. This is really good. If you don't know what Renegades is about, it's about these two, like, superpower, how do I say it? 2 factions with, like, superpowers. Like, people are born as prodigies, and there are the, like, heroes, which are the Renegades, and then the villains, which are the anarchists. I do this because there's no black and white. It's totally gray. Each have their own motives for doing what they do, and at the end of the day, you don't know exactly who's the hero and who's the villain. Like, there's a lot of gray area. And I really enjoyed the characters. Our main characters are Nova and Adrian, just like in the first book. Nova is an anarchist, and she wants revenge on the Renegades for not saving her family when she was younger. And so her mission is to infiltrate the Renegades and to pretty much learn what she can and take them out from the inside. And then Adrian is a renegade, but he has secrets of his own as well. And Nova and Adrian, you know, are the love interests, and of course there's secrets and lies between both of them, and it's like great. I really enjoyed them. You know how I've talked about this before a lot, but I don't really like lying and secrets in books as plot devices. But I feel like this was done pretty well. Like, unless like it's absolutely necessary, I can understand it. And with this, it's pretty necessary for these characters to keep the secrets that they do. And I can understand. Like, Nova, she's infiltrating the Renegade. She can't just go up to them and be like, yeah, I'm an anarchist. Like, no. She has to pretend to be somebody else. And I totally understand that. And I don't care. You know, it's good. it was used well, and I really enjoyed it. I give it 4 stars, just like the first one. I feel like both of them were both 4-star reads, but I do enjoy her fairy tale stories just a little bit more, but I really did enjoy these. The only thing is, I thought this was supposed to be a duology, and I guess it's a trilogy. Like, seriously, it's a trilogy. Great. So I'm gonna have to wait until, like, what, November next year before I can get my hands on the last book? I really need to know what's going on. Like, some things were revealed, but other things weren't, and it was like, okay, now I just really want, like, normally I'm, like dreading that, like, part in the series, or in the books, where it's like, okay, now everything's revealed, and now let's do this. But, like, for this one, it's like, no, just reveal things. I just need to get this over with. But I really did enjoy the series, or the sequel to the series, and I can't wait for the 3rd one so I can finally find out what happens. Alright, so that is the only book that I didn't read that wasn't, the only book I read that wasn't for Smutathon. The other books I read were all for Smutathon. Like I said, I read 5. Though I will show you, this was my, these were the books on my TBR that I didn't get to. I was really upset about that. Dark Lover I did actually start reading, because me and my friend were supposed to be better reading it, and if she's watching this, I'm so sorry. I literally got to page 25. I suck. The one You Can't Forget by Ronnie Lauren, which is the sequel to The Ones Who Got Away, which I really enjoyed. I really wanted to read this. Didn't happen. And then The Proposal and Fight or Flight. The Proposal by Jasmine Guillory and Fight or Flight by Samantha Young. Though I might read this for the Magical Readathon, who knows. I was just kind of upset that I didn't get to those as well. Though I did have a pretty ambitious TBR, but it was still like, come on. I really wanted to do it. But I had to work a lot. Just work and life and just everything gets in the way, and it's just like, come on, I just want to read. I just want to read everything. So, but everything that I did read, I really enjoyed for Smutathon, so, yeah. I'm going to go over the challenges, but I'm not going to tell you. Here's the thing. The books that I read fit for a couple of the challenges, but I didn't get to all of them. So I had the Enemies to Lovers. The challenges are all tropes that are used. Enemies to Lovers, Friends with Benefits, Forbidden, Fake Relationship, Slow Burn, Different Worlds, and One Night Stand. I didn't get to all of those, or I didn't get to complete all of those prompts. I couldn't find books with all of them in it, so yeah. The first book that I read was literally one I just picked up the day before Smutathon started, and I was just like, it's really small. I figured I could finish it in like a day, and I did. And that is After Hours, the first book in the Boardroom series, or by Linda Acher, I don't know. I literally was at the library, saw this, picked it up, thought, okay, might as well. But yeah, this is literally just about this assistant who works for this company. Don't ask me what it's about. I have no idea. But she can't find these papers. She has to give it to her boss. She thinks she left it in the boardroom during this meeting, so it's pretty late, but she's hightailing it back over there. And when she gets to the boardroom, she witnesses this, she witnesses a scene. Some sex play going on, and she's just like stuck. She can't move. She's paralyzed. She's just like, well, this is hot, and now she's being a voyeur. Hey, voyeuristic. Okay. And the one who, there's someone in the shadows, and he's noticing that she's watching, and he's actually one of her bosses, or at least one of the bosses in this company. I don't know if he's actually one of her bosses, but he notices this, and he pretty much gets her to join. The boardroom is like a, how do I say it? It's, oh, God, I kind of, it's not a club, well, I mean, it's a, exclusive club for members of, or for the workers there. Oh my god, I really suck at this. And it's just for them to like feel free to any kinks that you like. This is a safe place and a safe space, and it's exclusive though. You have to be invited. And as she's witnessing this, our main character Avery, well, she becomes invited, and the boss Carson, well, you can just guess what goes on in that. It was okay. It was good. I give it like 3 stars. It's not the best I've ever read. It's not the worst. Believe me, there's some bad smut. But, yeah, this is good. I mean, I like the kinkiness of it. Yeah, I like a little kink. It's fine. So, yeah, I give it like 3 stars. The writing was okay. The characters were okay. It was just generic, you know, just, it was alright. So, yeah, 3 stars. This literally didn't complete anything. Next up, I read Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. This, I read on my phone. And of course, I use my phone to film, so. Yeah, I read this on my Kindle app. I have heard nothing but amazing things about this, and holy crap, they were right. Birthday Girl is all about this girl. I can't remember her name. Why can I not remember her name? Okay, great. Jordan? I think it's Jordan. Okay, so it's about Jordan, and she's dating this guy. She's working her ass off to support this guy pretty much because, I mean, I guess he works, but he likes to party and drink and do all that shit too. So she's pretty much supporting him. And she is at work, and she's waiting for him to pick her up. It's like 2 a.m. It's her birthday, and she's waiting for him to pick her up, and he never shows. She goes to like this theater to wait for him. She meets this guy. He's kind of older, but hey, good looking. But she's got a boyfriend, so she doesn't, you know. She finds out it's her boyfriend's dad. Great. And her boyfriend screwed up the apartment, so they have to move in with him. And man, is she attracted to the dad. This is a big slow burn. Really works for the slow burn trope because, yeah, it's major slow burn. But it's worth it in the end. It is so good. I really enjoyed this. I can't believe how much I enjoyed this. But yeah, if you like little daddy kink, that definitely works. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I gave that like a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Maybe even a 5. I just really loved it so much. Yeah, that could be a 5 out of 5 stars. It was so good. But yeah, it works for the slow burn. Really nothing else though. I'm telling you, there's like so many that it just like really doesn't work. Like, some of these books just don't work for them. So, oh well. Next up, I read Wicked and the Wildflower by Sarah McLean. This is the first in the Bare Knuckle Bastards series. This follows Felicity, who is a spinster. She's pretty old, and she's like 27, which is old to them. And she's obviously unmarried. She's a spinster, and she what's it called? Her family really needs her to marry this duke, or at least try. And Felicity is kind of upset because she became a spinster and because of something that happens a little earlier on before this book starts. She is kind of ruined, and her friends just ignore her and they push her away. So, Felicity is really upset with them, but she really wants to get back in with the ton though, because, you know, it's her life. So she makes this huge thing and announces that she is engaged to the Duke when she's not. They haven't even met. But she made this huge thing and she announced that she won him and they're engaged. Oh god. Unbeknownst to her though, the Duke is actually needing a wife, not really caring who it is, just needing it to draw out some people, and, well, she just became really convenient. So, this guy, Devil, he's the love interest, he kind of, well, he comes to her bedchambers at night, sneaks into it, and tells her that he can work his magic and make it so the Duke accepts the proposal, or doesn't like reject her. She doesn't know that the Duke is already planning on, so all he wants from her is a favor or something later on, and so she accepts, and she does what, like, she kind of enlists him to, like, help her, like, pursue him, seduce him. It can get kind of, but of course, during all that, she falls for Devil. This was really good. I really enjoyed it. This is the one that has to go back to the library last Friday, so I'm 2 days late. But it's fine, because I really enjoyed this, and I'm happy that I finished it. Yeah, I give this 4 stars. I remember reading a lot of Sarah McLean when I was in, like, high school, like, right out of high school. I loved Sarah McLean, and I'm really glad to get back into her books and her newest series, and now I really want to read the next book, which, when does that come out? Doesn't say? Oh, wait. 2019? I have to wait? I don't want to wait. Damn it. Alright, but yeah, 4 stars. This was really good. I really enjoyed the romance in this, and yeah. Oh, does this really have anything to do with... I mean, maybe there's like it's not a one-night stand. I mean, there's a lot of times in these books where it's like, okay, it's just gonna be one night, and then, yeah, no. I'm not counting it as a one-night stand, though. But yeah, this really doesn't count for any of the challenges either. It's fine, it's fine. Another book I read on my Kindle app was A Nordic King by Karina Hale. I think that's the name. Okay, so when I was trying to explain this book before, when it was about, like, this nanny and this guy, I didn't think Nordic King actually meant a Nordic king. So yeah, this is a king from, is it Denmark? Oh my god, what is he the king of? I don't know, but he's a Nordic king. He's an actual king with 2 daughters. He's a single father. The mother died a while ago, and they need a nanny, and she, our main character, well, she applies for it, and they don't really get along in the very beginning, her and the king. They don't get along whatsoever, and, well, of course, later on, they work, they become closer, and it gets really good. I didn't know Karina Hale was, it didn't register that she was the author of Smut, the book Smut. I loved that book, like, years ago when I read it, and I was like, this is great, this is amazing. I don't really talk much about Smut, like, before. Now, this year, I've actually started getting better at talking about Smut, just because my family watches my videos, so it's like, but they should know, like, look, I read a lot of sex, okay? Sorry, guys. So, I really enjoyed Smut, that book, like, years ago when I read it. It was one of my favorites, probably, of that year. And, like, I was just going down, like, her books, and I was like, you wrote that? Oh my god. No wonder I really liked Nordic King. I really liked A Nordic King. I'd probably give that one 5 stars too. That was so good. I really love, like, a prince and princess, like, romance. This is, of course, a king and the nanny, but hey, even better. It was so good. Like, the king was a dick, but I loved him. His daughters, so perfect. I loved it. They steal a pig. It's perfect. They steal a pig and call it Snarf Snarf. And I was like, wait, is that a Thundercats reference? No, that's. But it's mentioned that they thought it was a Thundercats reference. And it was like, oh my god. I love it. I love it so much. It was so good. That one is a definite 5 out of 5 stars. I want to just, like, get all of Karina Hale books now because I love her books so much. But yeah, that was definitely 5 out of 5 stars. That one, I guess could work for enemies to lovers because the king and the nanny definitely did not get along, at least at first. And different worlds. I mean, it's a king and a nanny, so works. And then lastly, I read A Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. I listened to this on audio. Holy crap, I loved the audiobook so much. This is about Naledi, who lives in New York, and she's like the scientist. I think she's like an epidemiologist or something like that. Maybe. She works with diseases, I know that for sure. I think it's called epidemiologist. And she keeps getting these emails that she thinks are scams, and it's all about her being betrothed to this this prince of this African country. And she's just like, yeah, scam. No. And she just ignores it. She doesn't respond. She just ignores it. And then one day she's so pissed off. She's had a really shitty day. And she just, yeah, she gets another email and she just tells him to fuck off. The prince, Thabiso, sees that and decides he's gonna go to New York and talk to her himself. But when he gets there and he actually goes to confront her, she thinks that because he goes to her workplace, the waitressing one, not the scientist one, because she works 2 jobs. But when he gets there, she thinks that he's a new coworker, and she puts him to work. It's so good. And so of course Thabiso doesn't tell her who he is. He pretends to be that other person, and he, yeah. So of course there's the lying and the secrets. It's mostly just a lying. Like, he really doesn't, like, the biggest secret is who he is. But it's mostly the lying. And I just, you know how I feel about that. But it's like, this works so well that I just overlooked it. Most of the time when I see that, I'm just like, oh my god, you couldn't just tell the truth, like, what the frick. But, and I hate it as a plot device, but it really needed it for this. So I overlooked it. I was like, okay, I don't really feel that, like, I don't really feel peeved about it. I'm just like, I can understand it in terms of this book. So, okay. Like, I get it. I can understand it. And when it comes out, I mean, it comes out pretty bad. But it's understood. It's understandable. And I really like this. I listened to the audio. The narrator, I'm sorry, I don't know who the narrator is, but the narrator was freaking perfect for this. I don't know if she is of African descent or if she just has the best African accents ever, because I just loved reading or listening to her voices. The African accents that she uses, so freaking perfect. The accent she uses for Thabiso, I get Black Panther vibes. I just really get Black Panther vibes. And I love them. This was so amazing, and I gave this 5 stars too. I read freaking Fantastic Smut this year, or this week. This was so good. I'm really glad that I read these books. I really want to own my own copy of this and Birthday Girl and Nordic King for sure. But yeah, this, oh my god, I was gonna do like my top 5 favorite smut, but it's definitely gonna be really hard because now I have more. But okay, thank you. Yeah, that's it. This one, only, what was it? Fake relationship, kind of. Only because once it does come out, he kind of enlists her to be his fake betrothed, and come with him to the solo. There's that little part where there's like a fake relationship. So I kind of counted as fake relationship, but I didn't have anything for forbidden or friends with benefits or one night stand. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I read the books, and I'm happy about that. If I didn't complete all the challenges, I don't care. I was just really, really happy that I read all of these, and they were amazing. So yeah, yeah. See, I had like what 3 5-stars month this week. Is it 3 5-stars? Yeah, 1 4-star, 1 3-star. There was really nothing bad that I read, and I was like really worried that I was gonna find at least one that was just gonna be like really awful. And I've read those before, and oh god, those so bad. But yeah, they were all amazing, and I'm so glad. I'm just so glad. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this this update / Smutathon wrap up. And I will see you again next week. Well, next video for sure. Happy reading, guys.